Welcome back to yet another book review, episode 17 for my LinkedIn people. Today I'm reviewing this book, AI Value Creators Beyond the Generative AI User Mindset by Rob Thomas, Paul Zikopoulos, and Kate Soule. I hope I got your names right. Now, normally I hold up the book, but actually I was given an ebook to read. And I have to admit how much I missed reading an actual physical book. So I guess I'm still very analog. I even have a typewriter, even if I talk about AI a little too much. And talking about being given a book, I always mention to my viewers, you can DM me to review your book, and Paul Zikopoulos, VP IBM Technology Group Skills Vitality and Enablement at IBM, did just that. Thank you. So of course the disclaimer needs to be made. He did send me this book for free, no cost, but my role here is to give an unbiased, neutral review. As always, I'm looking to make connections right here on my LinkedIn, and please like, share, and comment on this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube, and share it with your friends. Before I start, consider this: AI isn't a cost center, it's a value generator, but only if you know how to use it correctly. So let's talk about this book. A lot of people use ChatGPT and other forms of Gen AI, but there's far more to AI than just prompting. And we need to move beyond prompting and beyond adding AI on top of our workflow or existing systems and move to what the book calls plus AI. So what is plus AI? Most of us as individuals and organizations are using AI, but we only add it on top of our existing systems, which still is good. But real transformation comes when you rethink your AI change and plan your change systems around the AI from the ground up. To start with that, you need to reformulate, now this is assuming you already have one, your IA or information architecture. And that's your foundation for that change. One of the most important things to understand about AI, and I've mentioned this before in a few other book reviews, is that AI isn't magic. It's simply math and predictions. The authors here give us real expectations of what's going to happen, and AI is amazing, but at the end of the day, it's not a living, breathing creature, at least not yet. It's simply a prediction machine. Now, we're living in one of the most transformative technology times, especially for AI, in what the authors call a Netscape moment, for those of you who can remember what Netscape was. It's basically one of the first browsers out there. And just like Netscape brought the internet to millions and anyone who had a connection, Gen AI is bringing intelligent automation and predictions to individuals and businesses, billions of us. According to the authors, and I agree, now is the time to experiment, to learn, and to understand how AI works, to plan around it and use it fully instead of just on top of your workflow. And as a company and individual, become a leader. If you wait too long, you're going to have to play catch up and you will be left behind. So it's not an AI will take your job warning, but could you imagine any company, employee that doesn't use the internet right now, that doesn't use email? That's going to be AI very soon. Now, AI value is automation plus optimization plus prediction. And this book simplifies AI utility into those three buckets. Automation is doing repetitive tasks. Optimization is doing them better. And prediction is doing them ahead of schedule. So if your AI initiative doesn't hit at least three of those, you are not creating value. You're just playing with toys. In fact, as I said before, you need to get all three, not just one of them, but all three to get ahead. AI seems very complicated, and in many ways it is, but in many ways it isn't. There are so many companies right now with a fear of, oh gosh, we need to make our own LLM. And the good news is that for most companies and organizations and divisions, you don't need to do that unless you're super large. Your business doesn't need to go out and take the time to create and build your own LLM or large language model. Instead, there's a concept called transfer learning. You're going to take a pre-trained model and fine-tune it using your internal data and knowledge. That's how you can get up to speed with your own LLM or multiple ones without burning excessive time, money, or compute resources. Additionally, not every company and not every problem needs to be solved with a huge LLM. There are much more efficient SLM or small language models out there that'll have just enough use, the right size use for your particular company or division. And using a technique called model distillation, you can take what you need from a large language model, put in your own data, and get to the right size level needed for your organization. And you're going to get a lot of the same performance at a fraction of the cost. Plus, small language models are much easier to maintain, deploy, create, and they're much more sustainable. So the book also discusses what we can use with a chain of thought reasoning and model ecosystems to get more just right results for you. And while that may sound technical, the book explains it really well. And the authors discuss how AI needs humans, not the other way around. And AI needs curious humans like me, and I think like you too if you're watching this, who want to understand how things work, why things work, and how they can work even better. The book's term is knowledge plus effort equals success. Or in other words, you need the people who are going to ask the why, not just the how. And you also need both leaders and employees, as well as individuals who are or want to become AI literate and commit to continuous learning and upskilling. College just doesn't cut it anymore. Thank you so much, Paul, for reaching out to me and sending me your book. Yes, viewers, it can be a little bit technical at times, but the ideas in this book are not out of reach for anyone reading it. They're explained really well. And the book gives eye-opening ideas on how AI will change how business is done. It gives a lot of examples too, and how both individuals and organizations can get in and get ahead of the curve. That change is going on right now. And that brings me to my point. Now is the time to get this book and others like it, of course. And now is the time to understand the changes going on in our technological world to get the most benefit, especially with AI. Now, as always, you can get this book on Amazon. My link is below. And as an Amazon affiliate, I get a teeny little cut, but you pay nothing extra. But you do get to support this amazing channel. Or you might be able to find it in your local bookstore, shop local. Also, if you're watching this, please connect with me right here on LinkedIn. And if you are on LinkedIn, please visit yet another book review on YouTube and subscribe and share the channel. Thanks again, and I will see you on the next episode.